What's going on, everybody? Last division here, the NFC East. Colin, you would technically be first. You want to be last? You want us to go Addison first and then just rotate that way?
I'll go first.
You want to lead us off? Do it.
So I didn't give records for the last division. I would guess I won't for this one either.
Okay.
Washington finishing fourth. I think that's
Yep.
pretty consensus. I have the Giants finishing third. I think that's probably
Consensus.
also fairly consensus.
Yep.
And since no team has won it back-to-back since 2003,
Uh-huh.
I will take the Eagles finishing second and Dallas finishing first.
Okay.
No
Addison.
biases on that one.
No bias. I mean, that is a weird stat, though, that stays true. Like
Last
that.
team that won it was 2001 and 2004 was the Eagles. They were the
Yeah.
last ones to do it, and it hasn't been done in 20 years.
Yeah.
Damn, that's wild.
Yep.
I know
Addison, your East predictions.
I'll go backwards here. 4, I got the Commanders.
Yep.
Going 6 and 11,
Okay.
just underneath that
Underneath
under.
6.5.
Yep.
Love it.
The G-Men finishing third. The G-Men. 8 and 9. So I gotta do that every
Okay.
time. Shout out Ray. 8 and 9. I think the offense is. I don't know if it takes a step back, but Dabble tries to get as much as he can out of Daniel.
Whatever he's got.
Yeah, we'll see. Number 2, sorry, Steve. I think that ends. Give me Dallas at 10 and 7 in second place, and then Philly winning the division at 11 and 6.
Mhm.
Just a smidge step back because that defense doesn't get as many sacks.
Yeah, there's no way. I mean,
Oh yeah,
I
they're
don't
gonna
know,
break the
man.
record back to back.
Add Jalen Carter.
Yo, that is
Add
true.
Jalen
Apparently, he looks
Carter.
fucking nuts.
looks insane,
Yeah,
apparently.
Of course he does.
Yeah.
Right, makes
Why
sense.
wouldn't he?
Darnell Wright's gonna bust.
Darnell Wright will be fine as long as
I
he does
know.
the right
Darnell Wright
conditioning
was
test.
running the conditioning with the wide receivers.
I
Right,
love
it's-
that.
But we were talking about that yesterday, and it's like, are
Hope
you
he-
dumb?
Yeah, I would say I'm hoping he ain't dumb.
I hope he's
You
not
know
an
what I
idiot.
mean? Like,
What are you doing?
I get if the coach sends you that though,
And
you're
then
probably
you
like,
do it.
shit, I just got to
Gotta
do
do
it.
it.
But it's like I saw people saying they were like, he's aloof in interviews, and it's like you might not be all there. I'm like, shut up,
Okay,
man.
Don't love that.
Don't tell me that.
He's
He's
on-
a
he's on
lad.
that.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Know
He's
too much.
hit guy in front.
guy,
Hit guy in front. Don't
Yep.
let touch quarterback.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I've got
Man, up there.
exactly. Yeah, that's all you gotta do. My rankings. I've got Washington bringing up the rear, 1 and 16.
Ooh.
1 and 16.
They
Book
get
it.
number 1 pick.
Damn right. They absolutely are getting their 1 pick. That's been in the works for years. My third place team, New York Giants, 7 and 10. I do think they take a step back because I'm not I don't understand all this Daniel Jones talk and how all of a sudden he's this good quarterback. He threw 15 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Blows my mind. Why is he considered this guy? Why did he get $40 million a year? He got the same money Derek Carr got, and Derek Carr is a way better quarterback than Daniel Jones, in my opinion. Like, levels better.
Yeah.
Third place, going 13 and 4, the Philadelphia Eagles. In second place, not third.
I was
Second
like-
place. No. Second place, Philadelphia going 13 and 4, and Dallas winning the division at 13 and 4, taking home whatever the tiebreaker needs to be for Dallas to win the division. That's what I've got. Sage,
Oh, my.
you're
All
4.
right. Yeah, I got number 4. I got the Commanders. Shocker.
Yep.
Number 3, Giants. Shocker.
Uh-huh.
Number 2, Cowboys.
Cowboys.
I do.
Uh-huh.
Shocker. No. I tossed it up a lot, honestly, and the biggest reason I could come up with is because the Eagles lost both their coordinators.
Yeah, it's big.
You know, and that's a scary transition. But
It's tough.
when you look at the talent, though, it's hard to just
It is
say
hard
it,
to
like,
ignore it.
It's
It is.
hard, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. When you have 2 number 1 receivers on your team,
Yep.
when all the running backs are going to be productive, and what I'm assuming is going to be a similar scheme,
Mhm.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, second in MVP, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you gotta say, like, something's
They're
gonna
still
stick.
going to be
Yeah.
solid, man.
Like, are they gonna be as good as last year? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. It's hard to be that good 2 years in a row.
It is, but God, they draft so well.
I know,
It's
man.
so annoying
God, I
how
fucking
well they
hate
draft.
Howie.
So I'll just go ahead and jump into defending my rankings because me and Colin were a little different on this. Obviously, we all have Giants and Washington as the worst 2 teams in the division
Yeah.
in that order. Giants,
Yeah.
Washington. They just don't have the offensive firepower to keep up with Dallas and Philly, and Washington's bad all around. Giants, great for Dable. I think Dable's a good coach. Obviously, reigning coach of the year, but I just don't see how they're going to be able to do anything. I see a regression coming for them. Philadelphia at 13-4. I mean, they went, 14-3 last year? Or something like that, I think. So a game different here. I do think they're going to be amazing. Again, like, that's a 5 seed. I do not want to play as the 4th best division
Yeah.
winner. You're telling me Detroit or Atlanta has to host Philadelphia? Forget it. Just go and move on. We don't need to play the game.
That's funny.
They're going to be really good. I think Jalen Hurts is going to be very good once again. Do I think he's going to be second MVP voting? I don't know. But I think he's going to be really good again, and they're going to be a tough team. But I think Dallas's roster, pound for pound, is just as good as Philadelphia, if not a smidge better.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons another year. I like the Mozzie Smith addition. Trevon Diggs just got paid. I love adding Stephon Gilmore on the other side of Trevon Diggs.
I forgot about
We're
that.
no longer rooting for, what was his name, Anthony Walker? Or
Anthony Brown.
Anthony Brown to be corner 2 to lock up Devontae Smith. No, Stephon Gilmore, who maybe has lost a step, but is as savvy of a corner as there is on on the other side. And then you got in the offense. Like, this offense is going to absolutely bang. There's not going to be a defense that can slow down this offense. I'm telling you what, in the playoffs, if they face the Niners, they're not going to be held to 12 points again. There's just no way you can hold them to 12 points in a game.
Yeah.
Dak is going to take a step forward. I truly believe that. He won't miss the 5 games this year. I'm hoping on him staying healthy. Tony Pollard, way more explosive than Ezekiel Elliott, and he'll get all of those touches. CeeDee Lamb, another year in this offense.
Yep.
And then you go and you add Brandon Cooks on the other side. You've got Michael Gallup. You've got all of these weapons. I really think Dallas is going to be an awesome, awesome team this year. I like Dallas. And then whatever the tiebreaker is. Maybe I'm wrong on the tiebreaker and Philly wins the division at 13-4 and Dallas gets second. But I've got them both going 13-4, and I just said, yep, Dallas, give me the division because of history.
Yep.
So that's what I think. Sage, what are your thoughts on that? Obviously, we don't even need to talk about Giants and Washington, right?
Yeah,
We all know they're going to suck.
Yeah.
Moving on. Not
And
playoff
it's
teams.
hard to say because the Giants did make the
They
playoffs.
make the play, and they won a playoff game.
And
They
they won a
beat the
playoff game.
Vikings.
So, like, it's hard to write them off completely, but
Agreed.
at the same time, no one expected them to do that last year.
No.
And no one's still expecting them to do that this year, which is a little weird.
Yeah.
But I'm sticking with that. But yeah, like I said, like with the Eagles, like there's just too much talent to discount what they did.
Agreed.
And coming off a Super Bowl,
Mhm.
I just think they're hungry.
Yeah.
You know, and I
You
think
tell
there's a
Jalen
difference
Hurts is
between
hungry.
who's hungrier.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going off that almost alone, basically, because the Cowboys, they have experience winning games. Like you said, they've won so many games in the past few years, and they get to the playoffs and they just lay a brick.
They just run into the Niners.
They just run into the Niners. They just put Ezekiel Elliott as their center.
Yeah.
And
That's his
Oh.
last snap as a Cowboy.
Oh my God.
Getting blown up.
Yeah.
Getting laid out on the
Yeah.
line.
Like,
Oh. I think that got Kellenmore fired. I think that was the play. Jerry Jones like, who the fuck called that?
Yeah.
Kellen, you're done. I don't want to see you again.
honestly, yeah, because I do love both teams, and it really is just coin flip.
I really think at the end of the year they're the 2 best teams in the NFC.
I think the reason I have Philly slightly ahead is Philly's, in my mind, game plan to win is easier to repeat for them than it is Dallas's perfect game for them. You have to ask, obviously, I think he will do it, but Dak to play perfect quarterback.
Yeah.
That's the idea of what.
Cut down on the
That's what you
interceptions.
want for Dallas is him throwing the ball. It's explosive. It's all over the place. Pollard has 15 to 20 rushes tops, but they're all big runs because the pass has been set up. But Philly, on the other hand, they can smash mouth you, play good D. They get in the red zone. You're just going to watch clock tick off, time tick off the clock, and they're going to get inch by inch closer, and they're going to get a first down, another first down somehow, and then a touchdown.
Yeah.
And it's like, I feel like it's easier for them to just
Agreed.
repeat
Their
it.
winning formula is
It's just
simple.
an easier game plan as well. So I just give that slight edge
Yes.
to Philly.
Who's Dak's backup?
It's not
I think
Cooper
it's
Rush anymore, is it?
Is it Rush?
Still is.
Did you
Cooper?
bring Cooper Rush back? Okay, I don't mind that. He was solid for
Because
them last
I
year.
know Mariota is now the backup for Hurts.
Philly, yeah.
Yeah, Chip Kelly.
And just like last year, Philly gets all those tough non-division games at home,
Yeah.
where Dallas,
Mhm.
like last year, has to go on the road. They get Buffalo and Miami in
Philly,
where
yeah.
Dallas is going to Buffalo in December.
And coming to Miami.
In December.
Yeah, that's tough.
Thanks,
It's just-
Goodell.
Thanks, Raj. But
he
I think
did
the
it.
NFC East is definitely producing 2 playoff teams. So who are your guys' 7 playoff teams from the NFC? I've got Dallas, Philly, San Francisco, Seattle, Atlanta, Detroit, and it's between Minnesota and New Orleans, and I'm stuck between the two. I'm gonna go with Minnesota. I'm gonna take Minnesota as my 7 seed to get absolutely throttled by San Francisco.
All right.
Those are my 7. Addison, who are your 7?
So I got Philly winning their division, Detroit winning their division, Carolina winning their division, San Fran winning their division. Dallas is that first wild card.
Yep.
And there's what, 2 more?
2 more,
Yeah.
7 total.
So
Seattle, New Orleans.
I've got
Well,
Seattle. Well, no, New Orleans is one of them
New
at 9
Orleans
and
for
8.
sure.
That's the second one. And the third one, there are 3 teams that are 8 and 9.
Yeah.
The Giants, the Seahawks, and the Bears. And it's just a tiebreak between one of them.
Yeah.
Give it a Bears.
Bears picking up the 7 seed. Okay.
All right.
Sage, you're 7.
Yeah, not in any seeding rank, but I got the Lions winning the North, Eagles in the East, Seahawks in the West, Saints in the South, wild card 1, Cowboys, wild card 2, Niners, wild card 3, Packers.
Packers. Ooh.
Yeah.
Love it.
That makes me feel
Yeah.
a little slimy. Colin,
Jordan Love going to the playoffs.
you're 7.
In no order as well. Dallas winning the East.
Yep.
Niners winning the West. Minnesota winning the North. Carolina winning the South. Philly as that top wild card. Detroit as the second wild card. Seattle as that third wild card.
Okay. I like it. And then we'll come back at the end of the AFC talk and pick our Super Bowl matchups.
Yep.